All right, guys, today we're checking out the HOVERAir X1PRO. So we're really excited about this product. We just got the DJI Neo a couple of weeks ago. There's a couple of nitpicks I have with it. I won't get into it in this video, but some issues with the tracking, and I feel like it's just a little too small to really handle some of the shooting conditions that we put this thing in. So hopefully the HOVERAir X1PRO will be a little bit better. So before we go over all the features, let's just unbox it. And this is the HOVERAir X1PRO. Wow, a lot smaller than I thought. Very lightweight compared to the Neo, just a little bit bigger. I think this is the battery charger right here. Also got some accessories, a little pouch, and the USB cable. And now let's open up the accessories. Another hard case. So this is the beacon and the joystick. And then in this other pouch, the rubberized strap to go around the handlebars and an action mount. This is the magnetic mount for the beacon. We also have some ND filters in case we want to do some cinematic shots. So now that we unboxed everything, we'll put it together and figure out how this thing works. All right, guys, here it is, the HOVERAir X1PRO. So we're going to do some of the flight modes now, but since we're going to mainly use this for e-bike reviews, we're going to do those tests in the park with our electric bike. Here's the carrying case that the HOVERAir comes with. You don't actually need a bag. This will probably fit in your pocket. And the way it folds down is really nice. Keeps the propellers together. So the design of this thing is actually pretty cool. Feels premium. It doesn't really feel cheap or anything like that. The battery goes in on top like this and pretty easy to take on and off. And there's another bag on the other side here that holds some accessories. So I have the joystick, left and right sides, and the beacon, which is good for when we do e-bike reviews. We usually ride the bike pretty far and we do a lot of maneuvers, and having the drone follow us, not just with motion tracking, but with some sort of GPS, is really good. We do have the Skydio 2 Plus with the beacon, and that's probably our best follow me drone. The thing with the Skydio 2 Plus is that it's really big and really cumbersome, not something that is easy to travel with, and it's really loud and can be kind of intimidating when you're flying it around people. So the way this works, I believe, goes in like so, and then this side. So when you add these two accessories, this turns into a joystick, and you get a little handle over here. And then the beacon screen acts as your joystick screen, or you can also connect it to your app and then put your phone right here on the bottom. Not sure how often we'll use this with the joystick, but we'll test it out. All right, for now, let's turn the drone on. So hold down the button, green light turns on. And then you hear an audible notification telling you what mode you're in. So I think for e-bike reviews, we're probably going to do follow me mode and probably dolly track. So I'll open the Hover app. All right, cool. So yeah, a bunch of different settings you could change. We didn't add an ND filter. Hover mode seems pretty straightforward. We'll try that first. Go over here, right in the center of the backyard.
The HOVERAir X1PRO is about as portable as they come, at just 191.5 grams. Its compact form factor also means it can slip into almost any bag, making it ideal for filming e-bike rides. The drone feels sturdy, and the 2-axis gimbal design adds stability without adding too much to its overall weight. It also has proximity sensors providing rear-active collision detection, which is helpful if you're flying close to obstacles. The X1PRO captures 4K up to 60 frames per second and at an ultra-wide 104-degree field of view. You can fit a lot in the frame, which is useful when you're filming moving subjects like e-bikes, while the camera's electronic image stabilization helps smooth out most of the jitters. It's worth noting that there's no color profile settings, so if you're planning to do color grading in post, the footage may not give you as much flexibility as higher-end drones. With a max auto-follow speed of 26 miles per hour and a tracking speed of 37 miles per hour, the X1PRO is built to keep up with faster subjects. This is where it shines for e-bike shots. The follow mode, especially when used with the included beacon accessory, locks onto moving targets with impressive precision and keeps pace even on fast winding paths. The joystick accessory adds another layer of control, which is useful if you want more precision when flying manually. On the flip side, some of the flight modes feel a bit gimmicky and might not get a lot of use unless you're looking to experiment. The X1PRO's battery delivers up to 16 minutes of flight time on a full charge, which is decent given its compact size, though you might find yourself wanting an extra battery if you're shooting longer takes. As for storage, it comes with a built-in 32 gig drive, but can be expanded up to 1 terabyte with an SD card. You won't need to worry about running out of space mid-shot, so it's practical for those extended takes or long shooting sessions.
We'll try hover mode first. Press the button.
Continue. Hover.
just kind of look at the drone till the red light turns on, and I think it is working, yeah. So hover mode means that it's just tracking me. It's in one spot, obviously, but it's tracking me as I walk around it 360 degrees. Now, I'm not quite sure what I would use this mode for, but I guess it's like having, you know, like a cameraman just stationary and they're just panning along and following you, I guess. I guess that's pretty cool. I wonder if it'll lose me if I kind of like turn around and run around and stuff. Nope. It's holding on to me pretty well. Okay, that's cool. Very nice. All right, cool. So to land, you just kind of put your palm underneath the drone. And there you go. So the other mode we could try is zoom out.
5 feet. Zoom out.
All right. It's tracking me, I think. Yep. And it's moving backwards. 5 feet, and that's it. Okay. Is that it? And it's coming back. Yeah, that's it. That's the flight mode. So I think it auto records and then shuts itself off after it does the move. We try orbit. So I guess this is just gonna orbit around us. Let's do something different though. 5 feet seems like not a lot. 13 feet orbit. Let's check it out.
13 feet. Orbit.
All right. It's locked in on me, I think. Hard to tell. I don't see the red light. There's the red light. Okay. Orbiting around me, 13 feet away. Hopefully it doesn't knock into anything. It's getting close to the chair. Cool. That is pretty cool. Although, I wonder if there's a way to make that continuous, because I think it just shut off. Let's try target tracking with orbit mode. Not sure what that means. Maybe I can walk while it orbits. What I was trying to say is I wish it would kind of orbit me continuously and not just do one shot. Not sure if that's possible, but anyway, it's on target track orbit. So is it gonna follow me around? Looks like it is. Ooh. Yeah, I think it targeted me. I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess it is. It's following me. All right. So let's try bird's eye.
23 feet. Bird eye.
All right. It's going to lock in on me. And going up in the air. Is that 23 feet? Not sure. That's 23 feet. Okay. So, what's supposed to happen now? It just goes in the air, that's it? And then comes back down? Yeah, I guess that's kind of cool. It's like throwing the camera in the air and just it hovering for a little bit while you do something on the ground. Such a specific kind of shot though. And I'm not quite sure how often I would use that shot. Anyway, so follow and dolly track, we're gonna really test out with the bike, but we can do follow just here in the backyard, just me walking.
Dolly track. Follow.
Let's try that.
Middle. Follow.
Middle, follow, or middle or medium? I think it meant to say medium. All right, so it's locked in on me, I think. I'm just gonna walk around the backyard. Just a real even pace. Hopefully it doesn't crash into anything. I think there's a feature called Omni Terrain or something like that, which I think makes the sensors very sensitive to obstacles in its way. Although I don't think it totally prevents it from crashing if you're doing like some really fast maneuvers or going through obstacles or anything like that. But you know, the Skydio has some really sophisticated sensors and technology to avoid obstacles. I've seen that thing like have no near misses, pretty much. The Neo, on the other hand, is always, you know, is not as intelligent. So I think this is kind of doing its thing. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, follow me is pretty good. When I go forward, it doesn't back up though. But if I start walking backwards, it starts following me. So, yeah. So I think maybe dolly track is where I get more of, obviously, like parallel tracking maybe, or just like be able to have this thing move backwards so you can see the front side of me as I'm walking. I would prefer that, but maybe it's just not meant to do that, or maybe that could be updated in the firmware somehow. Anyway, yeah, so that is follow me mode. Let's try dolly track next.
Middle, dolly track.
Okay. It is rolling. And it is following me, very similar to follow me mode. Not sure what the difference is here. Maybe if I, okay, so now it's moving backwards. So this is the mode where if I'm walking towards the drone, it'll start backing up. But depending on the sensors and depending on your location, it might just back up and smack into something. So that's just something to be aware of. It looks like it's following me pretty well. Maybe do a little light jog. See if it can keep up with me. Seems to be tracking me well. No issues there. And then we transition, and then now it's following me from the side, which is pretty cool. Turn around. Yeah, I think dolly track may be the best mode for doing e-bike reviews. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, so now how do I make it stop? Because it's going to keep backing away from me. Maybe I gotta go to the app here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so if you hold out your palm, it stops recording and comes back to you. That's cool. So it recognizes gestures. All right, so now that we've gone over all those features, let's test out the joystick. All right, so we'll fly it manually with the joystick now. So we'll turn on the joystick slash beacon. It takes a little bit for it to turn on. You feel a vibration. Okay, that's on. See a connect screen, then we'll turn on the drone. Right now it's in its autonomous flight mode, so now we'll connect. So we are in manual control now. Pop this up. Yeah, so you get this pretty tiny screen, but it is integrated, you know, into the controller, which I like. Having to take my phone out and then mount it, that can sometimes be a pain. Start rolling. So we are recording. How do we fly? Maybe we just have to hit the button.
Manual control.
Okay, and we are up, and manual flight control. So it's not bad. I mean, it's not like flying FPV necessarily. The lag is not too bad. Still kind of like, I feel like flying this line of sight is probably a little more appropriate, but it is working as an FPV. Let's see if we could fly through some obstacles here. All right, let's try flying through the swing set without crashing. All right. Then do a little turn. Whoop. I think I'm getting too close. Okay. See if we can fly it around the house. All right, let's turn around, head back. Turn. Ooh. It's weird because I feel like I'm drifting when I do these turns. But yeah, I mean, you know, you can also control the angle of the camera. So if you wanted to just do like, you know, a simple overhead, you know, tracking shot like this, no big deal. The controls are pretty sensitive, so if as long as you're not like jamming the sticks down, you could get some really nice, slow cinematic shots, right? So yeah, that's a pretty cool feature. I don't know, you know, if this is the right drone to be doing these kinds of manual shots, but it can do them in a pinch if you need to. I think the joystick is pretty cool, especially since it doubles as a beacon. And then land. Okay, so now that we did our flight tests, let's test it out with the bikes. We're going to test out the beacon. We have it connected to the HOVERAir, and we were having some issues with it before where it wouldn't be tracking us with the beacon turned on, but it looks like they're linked up, and I'm going to try something new here. So we're going to actually change the flight mode in the beacon itself. We'll choose follow. Go back to preview, and then let's see if this actually works this time. So beacon's connected.
Middle, follow.
Looks like everything is working. Okay, so it is tracking us now. So I think you do have to set the follow me mode. Oh, nope, lost us. See, is it tracking us now? All right, it's tracking us again, and it's following us. So hopefully it doesn't lose us now with the beacon connected. And picking up a little speed here. Hopefully it doesn't crash into anything. We'll see. Still behind us. That's a good sign. All right. So I think it's working. Go on some off-road here. Do a little off-road. On the grass, come back around. Come back off the curb. Still following us? Yep, there it is. See if we could pick up a little more speed. See if it still tracks us. Let's flip back around here. Wait for this car. Oh, car's not going to come by. Swing back around. Off the curb. Still tracking us, I think. There we go. Very cool. So yeah, it seems like the tracking capabilities are doing its thing. Come up on the grass. Do a little off-road. And no issues whatsoever with the tracking, apparently. So that's a good sign. All right. Okay. So the beacon seems to be working, I think. See how this thing is tuned for little feet down wheelies. Ooh. All right, so a little slow. Slow, controlled wheelie, and no issues whatsoever. All right, I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that test. Okay, so let's try a different mode here. We will control it from the beacon itself, not on the actual drone. So we'll swipe left, go to dolly track, hit go, and then preview. And then now let's try it in dolly track mode. So it's a button.
Dolly track.
Okay, we are in dolly track mode with the beacon now. See how that performs. Dolly track mode. Pick up some speed over here. Go up the hill. Very bumpy, but the suspension is doing its thing and still tracking me. Good sign there. Let's hop off the grass. Spin around the parking lot. It's pretty busy out here today, so. Come up around here. I think it's still tracking me. Still on me. Not bad. Very impressive. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty confident. I mean, this is pretty much the only time we'd be testing, or a place like this where we'd be testing tracking capabilities. So, so I think this is the perfect tool for that. Do some more controlled wheelies here. Did we lose myself? I think we did. And we are landing. Okay. So we landed, and figure out why we landed here. Doesn't seem like we ran out of battery, but that was weird. It auto landed by itself, and I'm not sure why it did that. I didn't actually tell it to do that, but otherwise, I mean, it landed where we took off, which was a safe place to land, I suppose. I think overall, I'm really into this drone. I think this will be perfect for our e-bike reviews. So I do think it has better tracking capabilities. Feels like it's more powerful than the Neo. It could stand up to some good wind, and it's also actually smaller than the Skydio 2 Plus, which can be big and loud and intimidating when you fly it around people. There's some people in this little park, but no one was really paying attention to what I was doing in here. So this is probably the perfect drone if you're doing e-bike reviews, or if you're doing any kind of like video capture with bikes. This is actually a pretty good option. So yeah, solid recommend.
So here's what we like. The X1 Pro is super portable and easy to bring along, especially for e-bike filming on the go. The follow modes with the beacon accessory allows for precise tracking, even at high speeds. And the ample storage capacity is great for extended takes, without needing to offload footage constantly. But here's some things to consider. Some flight modes come off as a novelty and may not be useful for professional content creators. And there's no option to switch to a flat color profile, limiting some flexibility for color grading. Overall, the HOVERAir X1 Pro is a great companion for anyone looking to capture dynamic, high-speed footage without the hassle of a bulky setup. It's ideal for filming electric bikes, skateboarding, or any outdoor adventure where you want a reliable follow mode and high-speed tracking. While some flight modes feel more like novelties, the core features make it a versatile tool for action videography. And don't forget, HOVERAir's Black Friday sale is live. Get 80% off HOVERCare with your purchase. So what do you think of the HOVERAir X1 Pro? Is this the portable action drone you've been waiting for, or do you want more? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.